All right. Thank you so much for joining session 2 of the Kickstart Your Business Challenge. I'm very excited about what we have for you today. We are going to be clarifying your offer. So in session 1, we talked about casting a vision for your dream business. I would love for you to email me. Christy@ChristyJohnsonCreative.com is my email address. Email me and I want to hear your vision and your mission statements. Send them to me, or you can post them right in the Facebook group. I want to hear them. I would really, really love to hear them. Today is going to be, this session right now is going to be a little bit of a shorter session. I plan for the 1 p.m. sessions to basically be a little bit more in depth, a little bit longer, and then these 5 p.m. sessions to be a little bit shorter, with the exception of Wednesday. Wednesday, we will have a training from Alyssa, and that's going to be a little bit of a longer talk. I planned that on Wednesday, so that's going to be like our biggest day. But for this one, I just want to keep it short and sweet. I would love for you to download the workbook for this challenge. You can go over to ChristyJohnsonCreative.com/Kickstart resources. Make sure you've downloaded the workbook. That's ChristyJohnsonCreative.com/Kickstart resources. And you can scroll down to session 2 on clarify your offer. All right. So we are going to get that offer clarified so that people want to work with you. They are not confused when they hear about your message. So let's dive in. In this session, we're going to be clarifying your offer so that they're not confused. One of the biggest problems that I see when I go to someone's website or when someone shares about their services is that it's not clear. People may be posting on social media and trying to get their message out there, but maybe I don't even know what they do because their message isn't clear. And when your message is not really clear, then you can be sure that people are not really going to spend a lot of time trying to figure it out. The internet is full of so many people giving their offers and telling you about their resources and how they can help you. They're going to move on to someone else in about 10 seconds or less, and you don't want that to happen. So today we're going to be clarifying your offer. I'm going to talk through these prompts that I have on the workbook. Again, you can download the workbook at ChristyJohnsonCreative.com/Kickstart resources. Make sure you have that workbook ready to go for you after this so that you can work through that. So I want you to first do some brainstorming. We're going to brainstorm some ideas for your products or services. And I just want you to list out kind of all the ideas that you have in your head about what it is that you want to offer people for your business. What exactly you want to do? What do you want to help them do? Who do you want to help? How do you want to help? And how much do you want to charge? Think about kind of all these things. We're just going to do some general brainstorming. And if you need some more space to brainstorm, I have another page of notes at the bottom of the worksheet, so you can get that. But I just want you to brainstorm everything. Think also about like, how practically do you want to be spending your time working with people? Are you going to meet them in person? Are you going to meet them over Zoom? Think through everything that you're going to need to do. Is your offer going to include Zoom calls? And if so, how many and how often? If you're a photographer, how many hours do you want to include in your package? What is your images going to look like? Your image delivery? Are you going to deliver all of the images, or are you going to deliver a few and they're going to select for you to edit more? Just brainstorm kind of everything that you want to think about. We're just going to list it all here, dump it all out. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go through and you're going to edit yourself. Okay. So let me tell you a couple of anecdotes from my life that I think will clarify this point that I'm trying to make about making sure that your services are clear. So I started doing online business management for creative entrepreneurs, where I help them streamline their processes, get their email system set up, and things like that, get their CRM system set up like 17 Hats and Honeybook. Well, for the longest time, I was really a lot more vague in what I was offering. I knew that I wanted to help business owners. I knew that I had a lot of skills in business. And so I just kind of made a website that was just general help for creative entrepreneurs. I made this website probably in 2020, and I did not get any one-on-one clients in all of that time through that page. I got, some work doing other things. I also do photography, so I was getting work doing that. I've been building my courses and have been having people show up for that. But my one-on-one services, people were not booking them. And I really think it's because when people would go to my website, it was not clear immediately what I did. And it wasn't clear immediately who I helped. So people would get on my website and they would be like, what exactly do you do? And who is this for? So they had no idea if it was for them. They had no idea if what I could help them with was something that they needed, because my website was not clear. The message was not clear. I just said something like, let me help you in your business. Well, what does that mean? Help you do what? Help you with your taxes? Certainly not. I'm not helping people with their taxes. But what was I helping them with? It wasn't clear. Now, let me tell you the flip side of the story. I finally decided in the very beginning of 2023 to become an online business manager. What's an online business manager? It's someone who helps you on the back end of your business to set up your processes, streamline your onboarding for your clients, and they can even be someone who you pass off the day-to-day operations of your business to. It's a clear offer. And I specifically decided that I was going to market to service-based business owners. So people who sell a service, not a product. So think like graphic designers, makeup artists, photographers, things like that. These type of people are who I wanted to work with. Literally, the first time that I said out loud in a networking meeting that I was an online business manager and I help people streamline their businesses and set up their CRM systems, I got a client the next week because someone heard me and she said, oh, I need that. I need to work with you. I didn't have any one-on-one clients for 3 years. And then all of a sudden, with that one change in my business, by clarifying what exactly I did and who exactly it was for, suddenly I have had a consistent stream of one-on-one clients since then in 2023. I'm not joking. Another example is when I was a private photo editor. I very clearly said on my website and to people when I would talk to them, I launched my business in April of 2019. So April 1st, 2019, I opened my doors and I said, I'm a private photo editor. I edit photos for busy wedding photographers. It's clear. It says exactly what I do and who I help and what I help them do. I edit their photos and I help busy wedding photographers. I grew my business from 0 clients to 16 clients in 4 months with that clear offer. I would go to networking meetings. Every time I would go, someone would say, oh, I need that in my life. And they would reach out to me. I would go to Facebook groups and message them. I would search Facebook groups for private photo editor and find people who were looking for editors. And my offer was very clear on my website when I would reply to them and I would say, I'm a photo editor. I edit photos for busy wedding photographers. This is what you can expect. I clearly laid out the process. I niched down. I said, I only edit in Lightroom. We edit with smart previews. Like I clearly listed it. And I said, this is the price and this is what you can expect to pay. I got fully booked in about 4 months and ended up with more work than I could handle. And I ended up having to actually let go a lot of clients because it was a lot of work. So a clear offer is going to make you money. A confusing offer is going to leave your clients. You're not going to have clients because they're going to be confused. They're not going to know what they need to do to work with you. Okay. So what we want to do is really, really clarify your offer. So you're going to brainstorm. You're going to brainstorm everything that you want to do, that you think about what you want to do. And then we're going to get specific. So I have some prompts that I want you to go through. And this is your challenge. Your challenge for today. If you haven't already written your vision and your mission statement, make sure you go back, watch session 1 to write your mission and your vision statement. And then the next challenge is going to be to clearly define your offer. You're going to create a one-liner for your business that clearly defines what you do. So I have some questions that you're going to ask. First of all, you're going to ask who your products and services are for. Describe the types of people that you'll market to and be specific. So for me, I help overwhelmed creative entrepreneurs who need help in their business, or I market to overwhelmed business dreamers who don't know the steps that it takes to start a business or are overwhelmed by the steps that it takes to start a business. When I was a private photo editor, I was a private photo editor for busy photographers, busy wedding photographers. So that was another clarifying component of wedding photographers. I did some portrait photographers, but I really wanted those wedding photographers. I loved working with wedding photographers. So who are your products and services for? Describe the types of people you'll market to and be specific. What kinds of people? What do they do? How would you describe them? Because you want to get in front of those people. Okay. And you need to know your audience so you can figure out where they hang out, where you can market to them. Okay. Next, before they come to you, how do they feel? This is where I got that word overwhelmed for my one-liner or for my photo editing business, busy. They were busy or they were overwhelmed. So think through, brainstorm, how do they feel before they work with you? Then if they were searching for your product or your service online, how would they describe what they're looking for? So they might describe a photo editor as a retoucher or editor for photographers, or they might say Photoshop editor or Lightroom editor. If they were looking for a graphic designer, they would probably say graphic designer, or they would say someone to design a logo or something like that. How would they describe what they're looking for? Don't use industry jargon or something that they're not going to know. It needs to be something that they are actually searching, how they would actually describe it. We can get confused, like in our businesses, we can get, deep in the business, and there may be terms like solopreneur, for example. That's a common phrase in my circles, but people who are just searching on Google, they may not know what that word is. They may have never heard that word before. So you don't want to exclude people just because the words that you're using are confusing. So how would they describe what they're looking for? If you don't know how they would describe it, go onto Google, do some keyword research, go onto Pinterest, do some keyword research. Jen is going to be talking to us about that on Thursday, so make sure you come to that talk. How would they describe what they're looking for? And then what do they need to know before working with you? Is there any type of qualifying information that you need to say about before people come to work with you? So it just kind of depends on what your service is. Maybe you're not for everyone. Maybe you're a coach for people who already have their businesses up and running. I know one coach, she helps people scale from 100,000 to $1 million plus in revenue a year. So the qualifier for her audience is you need to be making $100,000 a year already. She doesn't help you grow from that first stage. She's in kind of the next stage. So what do they need to know before working with you, or what qualifying information do you need to have from them? And then how do you want them to feel after working with you? What results will they see? What will they be able to do? Then what hesitations or questions would they have before working with you? And how would you address those hesitations? Once you've answered and kind of brainstormed all of those, then you're going to create your offer. You want to talk about what you help them do and craft a 1-sentence statement that clearly describes who you help, what you help them do, and why you do that. That why is really, really, really important. Remember how I asked you to talk about how you want them to feel after working with you? That's what you're selling. You're selling the feeling that they get after working with you. For example, let's take Sherwin-Williams paint brand. When you watch a Sherwin-Williams ad or whatever, Behr, I don't know, they don't sit there and on the ad, they don't talk to you about, you have eggshell paint, semi-gloss, high gloss, and you're going to get this kind of viscosity. And we have these kinds of chemicals that make our paint just so much better than everyone else. You don't care about that. No, what you care about is you want your room to look good. So when you watch a Behr ad or a Sherwin-Williams ad, you see that beautifully painted room and designed super perfectly. And you see the person sit down on their couch, like drinking their cup of coffee, just being so excited about what they did and like loving their room. You're painting you're selling the beautiful room. That's what they're selling. So you want to sell this feeling of the ideal life that they can have after they work with you. So make sure you don't overlook that question. How will they feel after working with you? What will they be able to do? What results will they have? You're selling that. That is going to be a huge part of your offer, your one-liner, okay? So here's a few examples. Like I said, I help overwhelmed service-based businesses streamline their client processes so they can spend more time in their zone of genius. I want them to be able to spend time on what they do best, not in their clunky systems. Another one that I use is I help overwhelmed business dreamers start their businesses in just 8 weeks so they can finally make a living doing what they love. So I'm selling, do you want to finally make a living doing what you love? Yes, then join my 8-week program for business dreamers, and we'll get you going and build your business from the ground up. You see how each example clearly defines the audience, says exactly what they're getting, and connects to a big why? That's what you want. That why is super important. You want to bring in their emotions. Okay. So your challenge for this evening is to write a one-liner that answers the question, who do you help? What do you help them do? And why do you do that? So make sure you downloaded the challenge workbook at christyjohnsoncreative.com/kickstart resources. Head over there to get that. If you didn't watch session 1, you can go back and watch the recording. That's going to be linked at that website as well, or in the Facebook group. All right, email me. I want to hear your progress. I want to hear what you accomplished today. I would love to hear your mission statement, your vision statement, and your one-liner. That's your challenge for today, is to create these components for your business. Tomorrow, we have a really, really exciting session. In session 3, we're going to hear from Nicole Lauren, an attorney for small businesses, and she's also an amazing wedding photographer. She's going to help answer all of our questions about starting your business the legal way. So I really am excited for you to come to that. I really wanted to dive in first with the foundations of your business to make sure that we have that clarified before we go into the nitty-gritty stuff like contracts. All right, so join us tomorrow, download the workbook, and email me your results, or go ahead and post them in the Facebook group. So I want to hear your mission statement, your vision statement, and your one-liner. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining. We'll see you tomorrow at the same time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific for session 1, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific for session 2. Thanks for listening.